Coach, playoff fever has immersed South Florida as we are at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Today we continue on in Wild Card Weekend with a great AFC matchup between the Houston Texans and the Miami Dolphins. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC Wild Card game.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Set, ready? 60 outlaw.
You ain't got nothing.
Switch. 6-6, bullet high.
Check 99. No. Off. Big Dan, quick.
Hey, Sam off.
Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Given 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout called. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go. 18 Gator.
Coming for you, son. I'm coming for you.
Beat River.
This is Grant. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Look at me. Zipper.
Here's Grant. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
18 Gator.
Mike 91. Crunch time.
61. Matchbox lights.
Check three.
Leo. Go. Shoot.
On 3rd down, Grant. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Here we go. Set. 60 Pittsburgh.
It's our time. 25. Check 25. Check 25. Check safety. Keep.
Rock it. Ready.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Grant. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
All right. Let's go.
Protein Spill.
Hey, let's get this. Kill, kill, kill. Wide, wide, wide. Get wide. Slam, slam. Spot.
Fair, fair.
No, no, no.
Yep.
Watch twist. Watch twist.
Say go.
They will run with Grant. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a third and about 3 to go.
No gain on the play. It's third down and 4.
A good chance this is 4 down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
Hey!
Ringo, Ringo.
Now a whistle and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Go! 60 or.
Strong right, strong right, strong right.
Hey, 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 hey.
Check 88, check 88.
Yes, yes.
Mike, Mike 91. What we got, what we got, what we got? 91 is the Mike. Check, 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 check.
Go.
Motion, 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 motion. Motion, motion. Check 91, 91 is the Mike. Mike 91.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. It was Breland Speaks getting home to the quarterback that time. He just held on to the football too long there, Charles. That's point blank, right?
Yeah, I agree with that totally. You've got to have that internal clock that goes in your head that says either get rid of the football or flush and go and use your legs and try and pick up the first down. I think he hung in there too long, and the blitz got to him.
Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
On the ready. Fan. One's the Mike. Watch one. Watch one.
They'll run for the first time here with Brown. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Check 37, check.
On 2nd down, it's Brown, and they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, look, 3. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Yes! Wide motion. Kill, 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 kill.
This is Brown on the carry. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Watch one, watch one. Here we go, here we go. Orbit. So Mike's number 1, Mike's number 1. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey.
2nd and 9 now. That's complete to DK Metcalf. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down.
He's coming to you. He's coming to you. Motion. Hey, hey, hey. He got it.
Running right, here's Brown. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Now a give, right side. It's Brown, and he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. Texans football to start quarter 2. They're facing a tough spot, 3rd and 8 here to start things out.
Here we go. 18 Gator. Oh. Check on. Go on. Alpha. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out. You're out. Catch it. Yep. Go, Banjo. Banjo. Set, go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Now,
When the rep, let's go right here.
look at me. Zipper. Go. Hit it.
On first down, Grant. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
From the 9, here's 2nd and 9.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Get it.
They'll try the left side. It's Grant. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and 10.
Ready.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
91 in the money. And we're pretty close.
He'll drop to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Ready. 90 Wolf. Look at me. Now.
They'll run on first down. Grant. This will go for 5 up to the 33.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing, often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Check, 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 check.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Check. Switch.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Ready,
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
I don't think you got it, sir.
Check 9.
Check. Watch the twist.
Yo, go. Speed dribble.
And to give this time to the tailback. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let him know. Check 91. 91 is the Mike. Mike 91. In your face. 91 is the Mike.
Hey!
It's going to be a long day. That's going to be a long day.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Going up top. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And I do believe this is going to wind up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? Wow, what a disaster. You talk about a guy making a good play on the interception and then just trying to be too cute on the return.
It almost felt like his own gyroscope really got out of whack, didn't it? Going backwards into your own end zone after such a great play. Totally disoriented and gave up 2 points for his team.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. This will be fielded at the 17, and he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
Get ready.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
On 1st down, it's Grant, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
218, chopper.
Check. Fresno.
Gone.
6 guard. Check 6 guard.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs.
Safety's creeping.
Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. On 2nd down now, it's Grant. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami.
Five.
Check 91. 91 is the mic. Mike 91.
Coming to you. 91 is the mic. Pick it up. Look at me, zipper. Let go.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Now Brown. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Watch one.
Let's go, D.
Check 31. Topper.
Now a give right side. It's Brown. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On third down, Brown. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. They'll throw now on the final play. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
You don't want none. Check. Crunch. Crunch. Crunch.
2nd and 11. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and it's 3rd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Here we go.
They'll drop the throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
We own them. Kill.
Hey, lock it.
Twist.
Yep.
Hit it.
They go back to Grant. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Here we go. Set. 18 Gator. Hey, Zoo.
91 is the mic. Got one. I got one. Check 91. 91 is the mic. Mike 91.
Yo. Go. Get it.
He'll look to throw. It's complete to Grant. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside, not easily covered, and then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the first.
Double up. He's coming, double up. Switch. Shit.
Hard.
Tight dog. 36.
Fire.
They'll run on first down. Grant, he's got a first down and then some at midfield. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 36.
Shift! Watch the shift! General West! Hey! Motion, reset!
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Grant, and not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. Check 20.
Topper!
Check 50.
2nd and 10. That's complete to his running back, Grant. It'll be a gain of 6, and they're going to have a 3rd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Ready to break.
91 is the mic. Mike 91. It's a part.
80 weapon.
It's a part now. Kill.
Bang! Hey, Sam off.
Hey, watch edge. Shift.
Hey. Speed dribble.
On 3rd down, Grant. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the 1st. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
And this one is right down the middle. And that will give us the very rare scoreline of 5-0. So it's our first offensive points of the game so far, and it gives us a very rare scoreline. We don't see this one often, 5-0.
Yeah, it's been sort of a weird one to this point, hasn't it? But hey, in this league, you take points any way you can get them.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Ready. Squeeze. Get in there. Watch one.
Back to throw here. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Jerome Baker right there in coverage. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. But you just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Grant. A Miami 1st down on a 14-yard pickup. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up.
Rock it.
24. Check 24. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Deuce.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he's got some space here. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Corey Grant, 73 yards. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, oh.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. One quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Here we go.
They'll look to throw here. Got a man, it's Brown. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. The Texans on 3rd down. Not good, 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. They're going to look to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Check 13. Man. 13. Showing it. Go. So Mike's number 1, Mike's number 1. 7, let's go. You can't block me.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's got his man. That's Wallace.
Let's go, boys. Let's
The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Back to throw. He's able to find Wallace. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Brown here. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
3 down, 3 down. On the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 43-yard line.
Now I want to start blitzing. Look at this. Man. Now I want to start. Man, these niggas be cheap, man.
That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Now I want to start blitzing.
Let's go now, let's go now, let's go now. 15 Lonnie, 15 Lonnie. Let's go. Check 99, check 99. Recon, 132 fight. One's the mic, watch one, watch one. Watch QB draw.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. The Texans on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. He'll look to throw. Got his man there. It's Wallace complete. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. In a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
25, check 25.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Strip that ball. Check safety, check safety. 61. Matchbox, light. Buzz. Lock it. Ball, gone. Slam. Set, go.
They'll set up a throw. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. The Texans on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 17.
Watch twist. You're out. Check 52.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Jerome Baker. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game. But, boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
Big edge. Fair. Hey, switch. Go. Let's go. Ready.
They'll run on 1st down. Grant. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Schwannick, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Corey Grant, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Rosas good with the extra point. And that will make this a 19-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down. Looking to throw. This will be caught by Brown. It'll be a gain of 8 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2nd and 2. This one into the hands of Metcalf. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down. Hard to believe his 1st catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
A good pickup there of 22. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Over the middle here to Brown. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan 1st down. Now back to throw. It's a 5-play, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it.
Watch out.
Two draw corkers.
Hatchet. Shift. Look, squeeze.
Check. Lucky. He's coming. We got double up.
Let go.
On first down, it's Grant. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll keep it on the ground. Grant. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13.
Here we go. 15 lining.
Watch the screen.
Greystone, travel. Chain it.
Now a give right side. It's Grant. And some room to maneuver. There he goes right side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Corey Grant saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that will bump the lead up to 26. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Here we go. Dog. One's the mic. Watch one. Watch what happens.
They'll set up to throw.
Check.
And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. He'll drop to throw. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Wallace. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch one. You'll go night. So Mike's number 1. Go.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Check out.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
You got it. Ready.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Switch. Check 9. Check. Leo. Check. Now. I got one. Let's go.
Dancing to his left. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And that will write a finish to this ball game. Their coaching staff, they were pretty adamant beginning of the year. Our goal is to get to the Super Bowl. Well, they made it to the playoffs. That's part one, but they fall a little bit short.
And to me, once again, it exemplifies just how difficult it is to not just make the playoffs, but to win games in the playoffs. So you can set your goals high, but if anything is off during that time, you have some key injuries or you just don't play well, you get a bad matchup where that team just has better strength than you in certain areas, this is how it ends. So I don't think it's a total loss of a season, but obviously didn't get where they wanted to go.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins are winners here as we say so long from South Florida.